You are staring at the face of death and destruction. Do you wish to say... God, stupid. Oh, yeah. Agents and Brunos, I actually commenced a successful trade me and my teacher were happy with. Oh, you know what? You know what I'd also be happy with? Putting these things... I have a Nerf Mega Centurion! Woo! And, I'm gonna be ripping it apart when I get the chance. And I'll probably like, get a... Probably a double spring in it. And that guy just got plowed. Nerf review Prometheus. Dude, I remember when I watched this video and I'm like, I wish I had a Prometheus. I don't have to do that anymore because I have a Prometheus. I'm gonna say this right now. If you can cook up $200 for Prometheus, it is worth every penny. Like, if you do not care about the money that you spend on a Prometheus, it is so good. I recommend, if you have $200 to spend and you want to spend it on Nerf guns, buy a Prometheus. You will not regret it. I am never selling mine unless I go in like financial, like what's it called, like financial desperation. I love the Nerf Prometheus. 10 out of 10. Well, I'm actually gonna say 9 out of 10 because the big one that knocks it off is the price. The price is bad, but you pay extra for better ergonomics. Why am I not being able to? Oh, it's small. For lack of a better uses of words, it's a small hole. Laugh at me. There, make your jokes. Go ahead, you losers.
What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Nerf.
God, Nerf Hasbro does good stuff with the Prometheus. You did correct. I love this gun. This is the heavy gunner's dream. The Prometheus officially launched in fall of 2018 and will retail for $199. Well, not will, because it is. Sadly, the Prometheus is no longer manufactured. Rest in peace, Prometheus. So you better get them while you can. Man, I've never had a better unboxing. That's correct.
Handle is just as easy to snap in, but it's designed to be removed, so if you want to switch to the other side, the right or left-handed shooter. The rechargeable battery is included with the Prometheus. To charge, you plug in the charger and stick it in the wall after. Once charged, you can slide it into the blaster and secure it with a single Phillips screw, and you're ready to pew pew.
I don't really secure mine with a screw, but it's good.
This does not have an in-front attachment point for barrel extensions or anything. Up front, you have two sling attachment points, one on each side. This shoulder strap or sling is included with the blaster. They have nice little carabiners.
In my opinion, if you take the price aside, the Prometheus
Above the rails is the front.
The Prometheus is the best Nerf gun Hasbro has ever put out. Like, yeah, besides price, it is the best because it's got the most capacity. It's got a lot of records. It's one of the biggest, well, not one of the biggest, but it is the most costliest Nerf blaster that they sell. It has the most capacity, comes with the most ammo. Because look, when you have to reload, if you're in like a Nerf gun, or if you're in a Nerf war, imagine reloading 200 darts. That is a pain. And you'd have to have like an auto dart loader, which I don't even know. I can imagine that costs a lot. With Nerf balls, all you gotta do is drop the ammo into the hopper, and you're ready to go. No delay time. In fact, usually I barely get hit with my Prometheus. I take it into battle, and it is pretty good. I spend barely any time reloading. I just grab what I can off the ground, and what's it called? And I put it into the gun. I got so tired of reloading the Prometheus, I actually bought a vacuum. You can see it in the back, that giant black and red thing, the hose coming out of it, that is a vacuum, and I bought it because the Prometheus was so hard to clean up off after. But you could just reload it easy. There's so spoiled to it.
Spins freely on this little handle rig. So when you go to change your elevation, it spins freely and that's just comfortable. The button right in front of the handle, when pressed, allows you to pull out the carry handle. This is supposed to be removable. So if you want to switch it to the other side, you can. I like that it's removable so that you can get out of the way of the tactical sling if you want to run a particular rig, or for right or left-handed shooter, or if you just want to get rid of it completely. I don't know why you want to do that, but it frees up some space up there. Underneath the carry handle right here is a rival rail. Okay, so cider so you can keep the front handle attached to the blaster. Your limit on what you can fit on that rail. Underneath the blaster are these like feet, kind of like snowshoes for the blaster. Once you attach these, they're not designed to be removable, so
that's correct. They don't come off.
So if you set it down on a table like this or something, there's no balance issue at all. Also, underneath the blaster is another rival rail. Not sure what you would want.
Yeah, it's there.
It's really awesome that you can attach something. A bipod, a laser sight, or a tactical scope for inverted flight positive shooting. I don't know. Moving up to the hopper unit, the capacity of the hopper is 200 rival rounds. 200 rounds.
That's a lot of balls.
So many balls.
Now that's my favorite quote from this channel. That's so many balls.
Balls upon balls upon balls. To load the hopper, you can pull back on the door right here, open it up, then you can just drop balls in. It's super fast and very quick. It's also worth noting that the door here is a little bit larger than the Nemesis hopper. So I've been able to speed reload this a little bit faster than the Nemesis without dropping as many balls because of the wider opening. When you're loaded up, you can shut that hopper door with that. There's a little lock here just like on the Nemesis, so if you don't shut the hopper all the way, the blaster might not turn on. Meaning you can't fire in the open position. The hopper door has to be closed. I haven't experienced any jams malfunctions firing.
I might actually do a mod on my Prometheus. I might try to disable that. If I could disable the anti...
This is essentially the access door. You pull off the hopper and you can have the same access to the firing mechanism. So if your balls got squished up in there, you have to clear the...
This is what I'm talking. This is why I hate talking about Nerf rival ammos. You have to say, yeah, put your balls into the magazine. That's a lot of balls. Like dude, you can't take anyone seriously.
In case the electronic systems fail, or there's another error and something's not working with the blaster, you can reset the electronics with this button. You get paperclip and you poke it, and then it resets. Moving back to the main handle, now like I mentioned, the ergonomics of the Prometheus are a little irregular. It's not designed to shoulder like a normal rifle or blaster.
I like the middle.
Up here you have three user controls. The bottom trigger is the rev switch, which of course allows you to run the blaster.
Oh, and it feels beefy. You feel like a god. I mean, us. From personal experience with the Prometheus, you feel like a god. You, like in your head, you're probably singing, "You're the best around, and no one's ever gonna take you down," because you kind of are the best. Because you're whipping people's ass with a Nerf gun.
And solid red means the battery has no charge, and you definitely question, how do you have the energy to show solid red if the battery has no charge? It obviously has a little charge, unless there's a backup battery in here just to turn on the red light, which would be kind of fun. Joking aside, I think it's really convenient to have that indicator light to show you the status of your battery. But just like with the infinite, I'm a little concerned with the current draw of this little light. If you're just a casual nerfer and you charge up the blaster and you play a little bit and you set it down, and you're not going to nerf for another week, it's kind of annoying to store the battery outside of the blaster. You might lose it or damage it, and you didn't play enough to completely make it flat, so you can get another game out of it next week. But it has a 2-minute timer to turn off, so it's not just going to be slowly pulling current from your battery to make the blaster go flat. And I did double check that feature. After grab the blaster or fire it or push anything, you have to wait 2 minutes. That's it for the handle. Right behind the handle is a rear swing attachment point. And this one controls freely, like that. Shifting around in your body.
Thanks for existing. Die.
The rechargeable pack is included with the Prometheus, and it's not the same as the other rival rechargeable pack. To remove the battery, you take out the single Phillips screw and just pull it out of place. It's an enclosed battery system with these cool little battery covers similar to the other rechargeable pack, so it should be relatively safe when it's disconnected from the blaster. However, I'll be storing mine in the blaster to make sure I don't lose it and to make sure I don't damage it on its own. The included charger is the same type included with the other Nerf rifle.
And I have 3 of those chargers. One from the Prometheus, one from my Percy, and one from my rechargeable battery pack that I bought.
It's a pretty heavy blaster that sticks the outboard substantially lighter. It would be really heavy and kind of annoying to carry around the Prometheus if it had 6 or probably 8 alkaline batteries. So while it makes it more expensive, it's a more wieldy blaster and more comfortable and fun to use. More on the battery in my opinion segment. So those are the externals of the Prometheus. Operation of the blaster is similar to the rival Nemesis. You load up the hopper, you rev it, you pull the trigger, and you pew pew pew. Super fast. So let's see it out on the range.
"50 straight seconds of fire." What is there not to like about that? God. Alright, can I tell you I want to tell everybody that ever watched this a mini story, and it's kind of mean, but it's kind of funny. That's kind of interesting. I can put that down. Anyway, so we were doing this competition. And what's it called? And here's what it was. We had 2 panels, and each panel, well, we had 2 teams, right? And they had 1 panel. And your goal was to shoot the this panel had cups in it, and you had to shoot the Nerf ball to hit the cup. And so, well, you gotta realize, so the people on the other team chose an Artemis. I chose the Prometheus, obviously. They had 30 rounds of ammo. I had 200 or 300-ish. Because I really don't fill my Prometheus, but this separate occasion, I did fill the Prometheus. Holy crap. You shouldn't be surprised to hear this. I actually annihilated them. I just destroyed them. It was mean. The reason I say it's mean is because every time they would try to aim their sight, I would pelt them, not like in the eye, but I'd pelt them in the face. And they'd have to rename their shot, and while they were renaming, I would just hit them. And there were people blocking. I think they had 14 cups, and I got at least 12 of them. They got only 3 of ours. And they're like, dude, that's unfair. I'm like, yeah, maybe for me being automatic. But the thing is, you chose the gun that literally has no barrel onto it. And if you actually look down there, that's actually the Artemis right there. There's like literally less than an inch of barrel onto it. And I know Nerf balls aren't that accurate, but that's like, still, what's it called? You still gotta have some barrel. And the good thing is that my teammates, what they were doing is that they were going to get all the ammo that I was spilling everywhere, and they were just feeding it. Where it took them like a bunch of minutes to react, to reload, I just reloaded instantly. So I can say that the Prometheus is a suppressing Nerf gun. If you use it, it will intimidate other people. It will absolutely suppress any, like, competition. Remember when I thought that these are a luxury, but these are like cheap as hell. I like lampposts. Barrel. Last candle? Yeah, I feel bad for the people that had to face me. What? Sorry, I'm back. Oh. Do you really want to open this door? Like, do you really want to open this? You had to open the door. Oh my god, tech fails. I like tech fails, it's just funny. Oh, this one has a Cybertruck tech fail. Remember that guy? We have bulletproof glass. Literally breaks his glass in one shot with a rock. A rock, of all things. You're not convincing me that you have bulletproof glass if your glass literally breaks from a rock. I would get it if it was like a 50 caliber BMG, but a rock. Like, come on, people. That is a piece of stone.
Right. Are you ready for some drama? Welcome to my top 21 most painful tech fails of the entire decade. From just inadequate to catastrophic. Spoiler alert, this is the first time I've ever had a 10 out of 10 fail on one of these lists. Okay, so in 2018, LG revolutionized the way that humans interacted with robots. Just not in a good way. I was actually sitting in this crowd.
Remember the one robot that apparently Mark Zuckerberg made, and it started becoming like racist? I'm not laughing because oh yeah, I like race. I don't like racism, but I'm laughing at the fact that they made it for good intent and learned how to be racist. Like, people literally taught it how to have hate speech. Like, that's why you don't trust anyone on the internet. Like, God, that was a fail.
This quickly.
Am I ready on my washer and cycle?
He asked a question to it, and for 5 of the longest seconds of my entire life, the whole audience just sat there, eyes wide, waiting to see what this next generation of robots was about to do. We're still waiting, but it only started to get really awkward when he then tried again for the second time.
What's for dinner tonight?
Oh, that's cringy.
He tried to play it off like the robot was just angry at him, but by the time he got blanked for the third time,
Chloe, are you talking to me yet? What recipes could I make with chicken?
the entire audience was just laughing. So I'm giving LG Chloe 2 out of 10 on the fail scale. When I say the word smart, what do you think of? Some sort of rectangular glass sandwich, right? Well, the looks of it is what you get. You just
Dude, why would you have a circular screen? There's no use for it. Squares are easy and modular. So in Minecraft and Terraria have pixels and blocks.
It's just, it couldn't make phone calls. If you look at the small print on the website, they refer to it as a very small tablet. Which is why
That is not a tablet. This! Hon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta... Obviously, fine. This is a phone. The entire thing was like a little bit like probably like from these two fingers. That's how wide it was. This is a phone. This is a tablet. Tablet, phone. Look at the difference. There is literally a. This thing is 4 times bigger than my phone. Massive difference.
Circular display. 2 out of 10. Anyways, did you know that in 2016, Microsoft created a Twitter account?
Oh, here it is. Oh no. The racist robot.
They said to people, the more you talk to her, the smarter she becomes.
And she became racist.
24 hours, 20 minutes of the most horrific racial slurs. When she was created, she started off by saying humans were super cool, and how she was stoked to meet us. But in less than 1 day, she was trying to start a
Race war now. How did... I'm not, like, racist at all. But, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not racist. I'm just laughing at the fact that, hey, look at her little robot. And then literally people make them racist in 1 day. Race war now. God, I'm laughing at the aggression. She was quoting Hitler?
The wider population started abusing her, teaching her to say things which were just completely out of order.
Hitler did nothing. Oh my god.
Humans talked, but she wasn't sophisticated enough to know when she was being led on. And so within 24 hours of being up, Tay was cancelled, which feels like a pretty good general summary of Twitter right now. And a pretty alarming example of one who is so careful with how much power they came. So pretty easy 3 out of 10 fails at this point. And by the way, this video is sponsored by Fuel. That's been pretty cool to show you at the end. Okay, in late 2019, we're very excited.
Oh no, we don't talk about this fail. Sure. Honestly, what's it called? Like, looks on it, it's okay. I mean, it's just plain, like my butt cheeks, you know, it's flat. It's plain. There's really nothing to the Cybertruck, in my opinion. It's about 50 grand.
Thing rolls onto stage.
I remember,
People are going wild.
I want a
I've never seen
Subaru.
this many audience members trying to take a photo at the exact same time. The only slight hitch, though, was that they spent a good portion of this event talking about how strong the Cybertruck was. They said it had a virtually impenetrable exoskeleton. They said the glass was practically bulletproof, except when they actually tested it. They then did what seems to be a common theme here. They tried again. They picked up the same ball, this time threw it at the rear window, and they broke that too. And of course, this clip became the most viewed video about the Cybertruck by a long shot. There are still plenty of people who are excited about this car, but that was all good. Okay, let's do a rapid fire round for Google Meet. 3 fails, 3 minutes. Let's go.
Ooh.
Social media streamer, basically a way for your phone to display content on your TV. Think Chromecast, only worse.
This is like Alexa.
$300, you can only stream Google content like Google Play Music, which is also dead.
Who the hell you... I've never even heard of Google Music.
With limited functions, which is
Who uses Google Music? Dude, Google Glass looks cool, but it died.
came out of nowhere and then flopped. People were excited.
I would love to have AR.
Trailers like this showed us the world that we were about to step into. They showed 4 people wearing glasses jumping into a plane whilst all still having a Google Hangouts chat. However, there is such thing as being too early. Google was trying to merge the digital and the physical worlds before the tech was really able to. And so for almost everything it could do, it just had a massive asterisk next to it. You can probably imagine then that this whole concept of dropping $1,500 to effectively beta test the product, that does
Stadia is ass. There's like a 1 second delay between the controller and the game.
Every single time I press a key on my controller, that command has to be transmitted wirelessly to my computer. It's able to find its way all the way towards the servers that are hosting this game, which are often not close at all. It processes that command to produce an output, and then send that next frame all the way back down to my computer so that I can see what's happening next. Or to put it in a more visual way, this is what the game play looks like. And this is on a high-speed internet connection. Infolag was
Oh my god, input lag. I love this video.
To put it in a more visual way, this is kind of what the gameplay looked like, and this is on a high
Click, jump.
Infolag was only one of Stadia's many
Christ, I would literally rip my own organs out if I had to play on that input lag, my guy.
made it. Like, you remember the Wii, right? That console, even though
Alright, the Wii U, that exists.
changed gaming forever. It was the first time
Dude,
I
the Wii even is fun today. I love using the Wii.
to your grandparents.
I actually did something I never did when I was younger, obviously, which is beat Matt.
Go straight to eyes like this, works like this. 6 years after the Wii, they decided it's time for its next gen successor. A console that you could just play normally on your TV. There was still the option to play the entire games.
Probably the early precursor to the Switch.
With its built-in screen, so other people could use the TV at the same time. I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's just it was executed with all the elegance of a Galaxy Note 7 moments before explosion. There were plenty of issues, but I did try to incorporate just the fact that they called it the Wii U. It played neat, and more importantly, doesn't that just make it sound like it's a add-on to the existing Wii? Even CNN's first impressions article of the Wii U called it a solid accessory. That's the equivalent of saying the PlayStation 5 is a solid accessory to the PlayStation 4. CNN. So, easy 5 out of 10 favorite game. The Wii U was a
I mean, Communist News Network, as my dad calls it.
Nintendo had to turn things around with the Switch that came after. It's still in the beginning, but as we've learned from these videos, you can always do worse. So, in 2012, this little box was going viral. Imagine this lady telling you that she was creating a console called the Wii U that for just $99 could play tens of thousands of games, including Minecraft, platform for free. You'd be pretty excited. I mean, just the idea of a console of that kind of price is unheard of. And so it's almost not surprising that the Wii U became the second most funded project on Kickstarter.
Whoa!
$9 million.
They wanted 950 grand and they got 8.5 million. I have never seen something so, like, funded on Kickstarter. That's a lot of money. Dead ass, dude. That is actually a horde of money.
But when the Wii U finally shipped, it became very clear that its biggest perceived strength was also kind of its biggest weakness. Because it was based on Android, yes, you were getting tens of thousands of games. But
On mobile.
was the fact that these were fundamentally games made for phones. At the time, in 2012, very few of them had good controls. Most of them were just kind of cheaply made in-app purchases. Plus, when you blow up games that were made for a 4-inch 2012 phone screen to a 40-inch TV, people quickly realized that even ordering this in current gen console was really a push. Alright, now for the smart home. Or, in this case, the not very smart home. Picture this, it's 2013, Sony's just announced the PlayStation 4, people are showing off their iPhone 5Cs, jokes on them really, and you feel like making a change in your life. Well, look at you, Juicero has come up with a machine.
Oh, this is actually atrocious.
Juices, if you buy the machine for $700.
If you, I'm not kidding. I don't want to hate on people buying stuff. If you actually buy the Juicero, I have no words. This PS5 on my desk costs $500. Why do you say that? We don't want to care about how much your PS5 costs. What if I told you that the Juicero goes for a nice measly price of $700? Now what does it do? It's gotta do something awesome, like it's gotta like boost your internet, or it's gotta like be some game system. It squishes juice. That's literally what it does. It just squishes juice into a packet. And you have to connect to the internet in order to use this juicer. Not only that, but this company also does not care for your privacy, apparently. They literally said, we're just gonna steal your data. Lol, get nated on, you fat loser libtards. And they just literally nated on their customers. They... this thing used to be $1,200. Why would you... This thing is a juicer. My PS5 is a game console, an actual computer that processes games, actually has top hardware, but this thing, all it does is hit a juice packet and squeeze out juice. Why does this thing cost $700? This thing does not need to be that much. The most it needs to be is like $75. That's literally all it needs to be. Overpriced idiots. I hate Juicero. And you should too.
Do you want to know the funny bit though? You didn't need the machine.
Exactly, you could do it faster.
Showing how they could actually get the exact same juice squeezing it out.
And then after they did this, they actually claimed that if you did this, when they actually squeezed the juice packet to expose Juicero, they said if you did it, it would make it wrong. Oh god. Oh, that's another bad one. This is actually bad. People used to like penetrate into people's security, and they would talk to their kids. I think this actually had a bit of play into the Momo controversy. Wait, so it's not a 2FA?
All of a sudden, you hear a voice coming through your security camera. And you realize that this entire time, someone's been watching you. It sounds
That's
like
scary.
it's straight out of a horror movie. And what makes this worse is that these hackers threaten and sometimes even blackmail the families they were looking at. There's one famous incident where there was an old lady in the apartment, and a voice said to her, "Tonight you go." Oh yeah, and also the Amazon Ring smart doorbells, the accompanying product to the cameras, they started spontaneously bursting into flames. So, quite the duo. I mean, obviously this wasn't Amazon's fault, and they did address it with a software update, but what a horrendous oversight.
I'm not kidding.
Do you remember when segways and hoverboards were like...
Dude, hoverboards are the most overrated things.
How it finally felt like...
Remember when hoverboards just always spontaneously combusted in people's homes and it'd burn their Christmas trees?
Segways were dangerous. You lose focus for just 1 second and you're either in a ditch, a road, or you've already knocked someone over. Even the President of the United States was seen falling off one of these. And here shows when a cameraman managed to plow straight into Usain Bolt, the world's fastest sprinter. Or at least he was before that. It's actually
Wow.
you know, the owner of the Segway company in 2010, he actually drove a Segway off a cliff and he died. You know, I was actually going to make an entrance to this video on a Segway, but then partway through doing it, the battery ran out and I fell maybe face first on the ground. They're dangerous. And so it's not really surprising that a lot of governments got involved and basically started banning their use in public spaces. And what really didn't help is that many of these supposed hoverboards, which, let's be honest, were just boards.
You can love many things. You can love to have 2 eyes. You can love 2 genders. You can love to have a lot of things. But don't love only 2 wheels unless it's a bicycle. 3 wheel minimum. Just stop. Unless you're using a bicycle or a motorcycle, don't use under 3 wheels. My face is hot right now. I actually personally fear hoverboards. They literally spontaneously, like, went into flames. Remember when you like used to watch the news and you would see a family getting upset because their hoverboard just burst into flames spontaneously? It's like, does anyone else remember that? Because I remember that. That was like the topic back then. And then we'd have like literally 30-minute long compilations of these things just
On fire. 500,000
getting people hurt.
to be recalled, which, let's face it, that's enough to ruin any potentially up-and-coming product.
God, I hate these things.
This is definitely a step up.
I saw somebody on one of these like a few months ago. I'm like, dude, those things are dead. Fidget spinners are more popular than...
Number one. And we'll start with our good friends at Facebook. Okay, it's 2018. Facebook has just had one of the biggest data breaches of all time, affecting 50 million.
Big surprise.
Not to mention, arguably the biggest tech scam of the decade, where users' data was extracted from Facebook to be used for political advertising. What a great time to launch a massive Facebook-branded always-on camera, screen, and microphone.
Oh my god, dude, this is one of the funnest countdowns I've ever watched. I remember when I got advertisements for a portal, and I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm buying a portal. Yeah, there you go, good job. Like good job. I want Mark Zuckerberg looking into my home. Yeah, like Alexa, yeah, I know it's probably listening to me, but I like Amazon. I love Amazon. I respect Amazon, to be honest with you. But I just don't like, I hate Facebook. Like, I have it within my garage. The only thing I, like, do, like, I buy from Facebook or I use is Instagram. And that's to post pictures and all that stuff. I honestly have a bone to pick with Facebook. Don't buy a portal. If you buy a portal, you might as well have me watching your home, like, on the camera right now, and watching your private moments. And if you don't want me doing that, which, if you don't want me to, then you're smart, don't use this.
And what makes it worse is that in an interview less than 6 months later, Mark Zuckerberg himself, when trying to give an example of what would be considered going too far when it comes to invasion of privacy, he said, "We definitely don't want a society where there's a camera in everyone's living room." And while we're at it, Facebook...
What the F? That is some hypocritical stuff right there. Dude, stop covering it, Mark. And why would you use WhatsApp?
Because, of course, the implication is that even when you think you're having a private chat with someone, that data is not just private, but it's actually going to be used to give you even more scarily accurate adverts. Now, given the reputation that Facebook already had at this point, millions of users started boycotting WhatsApp, and millions not just uninstalled it, but went to competing apps like Signal, and got their entire social group to do the same. Fun fact, I actually got asked to be on radio in the UK just to talk to people about the best apps they could switch to. And WhatsApp did come out afterwards and say, hey, guys, it was a misunderstanding. We didn't mean to do that. We don't share data with Facebook. But that almost makes it more of a failure. They removed a massive part of their user base just because they couldn't structure their sentences correctly. So that puts this in definite 7 out of 10 territory. And then we've got YouTube. We've got a lot to be grateful for on YouTube. I mean,
what happened?
That I'm able to sit here and talk to you like this, it's amazing. But the one thing that I think isn't is Rewind. So,
You know what's worse than Rewind? The lack of dislikes? Dude, I'm not kidding you. I've actually noticed the rise of scams. Like, they're coming back, man. And I'm unhappy. And you should be unhappy too. Like, the reason that you're trying to help small creators. You're trying to help small creators. No, you're trying to make corporate companies look a lot better. And now you're doing Facebook. You're doing a Facebook theory. Oh my god. No, I'm not doing a Facebook theory. It's because the many companies on YouTube are actually the reason why it's so freaking big. Like Saturday Night Live, CNN, all these news networks, they literally feed YouTube. They literally, they get advertisements. It's insane.
YouTube creates a mashup of the most memorable moments that happened on YouTube, and people used used to love it. Just being able to see your favourite influencers who never normally would have interacted, dancing together in a room. It's like a really fun version of an award ceremony. But YouTube has progressively killed that sentiment. Instead of the usual 95% like to dislike ratio, as soon as we hit 2016, people started disliking Rewind. This video had something like 87% likes, which is an indicator that something's off. But then 2017 had 68% likes, and 2018, 13.8% likes. And it's still the most disliked video on the entire internet.
Like, how do you...
YouTube themselves disliking Rewind. This video had...
I know I don't swear, but holy shit. 500,000. That is a lot of dislikes. 2.3 million? 18 million? It had 18 million dislikes! Holy crap! 18 mil! I'm sorry I'm overreacting, but holy crap! That's a lot of dislikes, my guy! How do you manage 18 mil? Oh my god.
Well, it seems like the answer is that like this 2018 Rewind, it started with Will Smith, who
Yeah.
probably got it there because they thought
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
and Marquez Brown. But to everyone watching this was just thinking,
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Yeah, that's hot. Yeah.
And the whole video was on about kind of significant, but it ignored an alarming amount of the really good stuff. Maybe YouTube just wants the show to seem like a really family-friendly show. And so they skipped over all the drama.
Filthy Frank.
As far as the viewer and as far as the creators are concerned, that's what makes YouTube YouTube. And so Rewind starts to feel less like a one-off super special video that everyone got amped up for, or just like a feel-good PG-rated trailer for YouTube as a service. And don't even get me started on the 2019 Rewind, which was just a countdown of videos that did well, and the 2020 one, it didn't actually happen.
Let's go.
So, you know how it feels like everyone under the age of 30 is on Instagram and TikTok right now? Well, in some alternate universe, they'd all be on an app called Quibi. It stands for Quick Bites, and it's meant to be the Netflix for the up-and-coming generation, where it's still big-budget content, but capped at 10 minutes in length. The idea being that more and more we're consuming content in shorter bursts. We are less about now sitting down for 2 hours at a time watching an entire film, more about spending 10 minutes here watching a couple of TikTok videos, spending 10 minutes here flicking through an Instagram feed. So this was quality TV built to replace that time. And it was back in the heat. It was led by Meg Whitman, ex-CEO of HP, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, chairman of Walt Disney Studios. And together, these guys managed to raise $1.7 billion in funding. The failure came though, because this was like an older person's view of what younger people want. It was built for the 20 to 35 age group, but by people who were over 60. What they needed to do was to get those same YouTubers and TikTokers that this generation was engaging with to create social high culture kind of content for them. But what they actually did was to just get a whole load of A-list celebrities and celebrities. Star-studded cast, don't get me wrong, but I think they misjudged their audience. And I also think that they somewhat devalued their own product by having entertainment. Because as densely packed with celebrities as these videos were, we kind of got used to the idea of not paying for short videos. So, with 7 months of editing, Quibi flopped, and with it, the $1.7 billion they managed to raise. And to just give you some context on how much money that is, it's enough to build a bridge halfway around the world, made only for PlayStation 5 consoles. Yes, some kinds of examples my brain comes up with. But now we are stepping out another level, because in July of last year, there was a happening. 130 high-profile Twitter accounts.
Oh, I've seen.
In one go. We're talking people like
I was talking, well, me and my class were learning about scams right now, and I actually was talking to my teacher about this. I'm like, If you fall for this, you're the biggest idiot in human history. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Tell me how legit I sound. If you give me $5,000, I will give you 10,000. If you every dollar you give me, I'm gonna give you double the amount. Yeah, I'm not gonna take your money. I'm not gonna like scam you. I promise. Okay. I'm just gonna you know yeah, dude, yeah, BS. That is a hella scam right there. That's like, how do you fall for that? If you fall for that, we need to like find me on this, find me in like a messaging software. Like we need to talk. Like we need to sit down, buy a camp, like buy a bonfire. We need to have a talk. Like honestly. Whoa, that thing. Don't kill it.
Tweets were coming from verified accounts that people trust. I guess their audiences must have just thought, hit the jackpot. They were throwing money in their direction. And because it's Bitcoin we're talking about, these transactions aren't irreversible. So, which group of masterminds came up with this? Three teenagers. And thankfully all they wanted was to earn some quick money, because if this was done by someone with more malicious intentions, with that kind of power, the ability to speak on behalf of anyone in the world, you could start a war. So, 8 out of 10 fail for this one. Now, in any list of tech fails made in 2021, you can't not talk about some. For those who don't know about it,
Oh yeah, right. The game that literally failed on launch.
for the entire decade. It only just released a couple of months ago, but we've been seeing trailers of it since 2013. And sure, I mean, if it's that revolutionary, we'll wait 7 years after seeing the first trailer. But this wasn't that, and I don't think anybody would have predicted how badly it was going to backfire. In a very best case scenario, you got a bug mess. We're talking random teleportations, ridiculous graphical glitches, people flying through walls, and pretty much everything else you can think of. But worse still, if you bought this game on a last-gen PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, which I imagine most people did, then it looked and ran about as good as me after Uber Eats went 50% off. And it's not just the fact that when this game launched it wasn't even close to ready, it's the fact that the company behind it, CD Projekt Red, they tried to hide it. They restricted access to early copies so reviewers couldn't even warn people. So you can probably imagine that when all of this became public, their stock price plummeted. They got demolished from social media. They had multiple class action lawsuits filed against them. But the worst bit, these guys were maliciously accurate. And it's tough to say for sure whether this was linked to fake or not, but it would be a pretty good choice. Someone got into their service and basically took every bit of secret data they required. Info about how the company runs, their employees, their accounts, and even the source code of the game, which can be used to create an unlimited number of new copies of it. And then the hackers sold all that information. Cyberpunk is the biggest video game disaster that I've ever seen. 9 out of 10.
Not Fallout
Now,
76?
we've already seen some alarming things on this list, some things that might worry you, but imagine your worry if you saw this message pop up on your phone.
Oh, this is actually like a genuinely bad fail. The missile threat.
This was a message that was sent one day in 2018 to every TV, radio, and smartphone in Hawaii. People were already on edge.
Dude, I would have pissed myself. I would have almost, yeah, I would have almost like wanted to like off myself, to be honest, because like, let's be honest, if you hear a nuke coming, you don't know if you're gonna survive. I'd be scared shitless, obviously.
And it took them 38 minutes. 38 probably the most frantic, hellish minutes of these Hawaiians' lives for them to correct it.
God, that's sad.
Just before the big number one, I do have a full series on this channel just about smartphone fails. I'll leave that link down below. And let me know
Oh,
your
yes.
favorite tech fail that you want to see in the next episode of this series. So, number one, and this is the first time that I've ever awarded a fail anything above a 9 out of 10. We're talking about Terraria.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Dr. Bounce. Let me introduce you to a lady called Elizabeth Holmes, who saw an opportunity in medical tech. She realized that the current way blood was being tested for diseases and cancers was super inefficient, because every single test scientists wanted to do required a separate vial of blood. So So she basically created a machine just with one tiny blood sample, and with that, do over 240 tests on it, all at once, all at a fraction of the cost. This could have changed medicine forever. This could have changed every single one of our lives. This woman was an inspiration. She was often referred to as the female Steve Jobs because of how she loved these turtlenecks. Her company reached a valuation of $9 billion. Think of the PS5 bridge you could build with that. It was all founded on lies. Right from the very beginning, this machine did not do what she said it would. She claimed to investors that it had been used in the military and that it had been used in emergency rooms, but it hadn't. This girl and his company, they didn't even themselves use these machines. They would tell these investors, yeah sure, of course we're going to give you a demo of our tech. And they would take their blood samples, go into a back room, and test it using conventional methods. Come back in, and claim their machines had worked. So anyone who actually used one of these. And when you think of the severity
That's bad.
that you have cancer, you don't. Or even worse, being told that you don't, you do. This is bad. So bad that the entire company had to shut down. So bad that Elizabeth Holmes is on trial. So bad that there's an award-winning documentary made about her scam. And even apparently an entire feature film in the works with Jennifer Lawrence playing as her. I think this is worthy of a 10 out of 10 fail. Okay, by the time I finish this sentence, you have watched me make my very own Thai green curry. That's literally it. You get your fuel powder, you mix it in hot water, cover it, and leave it for 5 minutes. Protein shake or a liquid meal replacement is an actual meal you can have for lunch or dinner, made from brown rice.
More tech 15 smartphone fails to ruin your day. God, I'm.
A free all-in-one digital privacy and security service that helps you.
Okay. We're talking about fails. 15 of the biggest smartphone fails, starting off as concerning and empty numbers. So a couple of months ago, Samsung built their Galaxy Note 8. They launched the Note 20 Ultra, probably the best phone they've ever made, but at the same time also the normal Note 20, which is probably a bit far to call it a scam, but it's not far off that. It's a $1,000 phone, and nothing about it justifies that figure. It's got a 60Hz 1080p display, it's made of weaker glass on the front, with plastic on the back. And unlike just about every other Samsung phone, this one has no expandable storage. It's arguably a lower spec than the company's own $699 Galaxy S20 FE. For one reason, that phone exists just for the purpose of making the Note 20 Ultra look good. Samsung wouldn't have dared to launch this standard.
Stupid scammers.
They knew full well that it would have got slaughtered by them. But by barely mentioning it at the launch event, and just keeping it as a phone to sit next to the Note 20 Ultra on the website, it makes the price of the Ultra look very reasonable in comparison. So, 3 out of 10 fail, pretty sneaky, I'll confess. And on a similar note, our good friends at Windows, a company who spent years just building up a reputation for being selective, for putting all their efforts into just one or two phones at a time, building hype, and making sure they deliver. And this kind of love and attention that they can give because their phones are just amazing. This is built one of the most committed fan bases of any phone company. So what did they go and do? Unflipped the entire philosophy. They dropped 2 phones just completely out of the blue, the Nord N100 and the Nord N10. No real hype or launch events. The phones are confusing. Like, where did the numbers 10 and 100 come from? Your main phones are still on the number 8 right now. And why is the N100 the lower end version and the N10 is the higher end version? Who named these? But also, I think the most important thing is that they're just lazy phones. So reskinned versions of those pieces. And I think the lower end N100 is somewhat gets away with this because it's so brand new. But this N10 shouldn't exist. Like, for the sake of saving just $50 first to the normal ones, you lose lots of stuff. You lose the OLED display for an LCD. You lose the premium glass bag for the glossy plastic. You get a worse chipset and less RAM. It's not a disaster, but they're just too confusing, copied, and forgettable phones that signal a download transition. So, solid 3 out of 10 fail. We're really sharing the love this year. Let's talk about Microsoft, a company who's
Hey.
never really got it quite right when it comes to phones. And carried on this year with the Surface Duo. It's a foldable phone which, on the first glance, might actually look like a decent price at $1,400 price tag. It's incredibly sturdy and slim and prices itself into countless orientations. It's just, this is a perfect example of a phone that's trying to run before it. Microsoft is trying to reinvent the game here, but the fundamentals of the phone stands on a flip phone. It's got a plastic frame and it's so thin that these phones are cracking. You do get a flagship chipset, which is good, but oh wait, no, it's the Snapdragon 855 announced in 2018, paired with just 6 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah,
PS5 has RAM, but I shouldn't compare it because it's a 5. It's a console, and that's a phone.
At the same time, you're going to feel it. And it's all topped off with one of the worst speakers on a modern day phone, and possibly the worst camera. Like, you know how most modern day $1,400 phones have triple camera setups or quad camera setups with massive 108 megapixel sensors? Well, with Surface, you have one camera. The selfie camera, which you use both to take selfies as your main camera for everything. So next to modern day flagships, that's a bit like trying to run around and film using a webcam. But what I didn't like about this is that Microsoft was well aware of the shortcomings, but it kind of tried to manipulate the narrative. Like when they sent this Surface Duo to reviewers, you know what they said to them? They said, in your initial unboxing videos, you're not allowed to turn the phone. Which means that basically the one thing that you can show is design, the main good thing about it. So yeah, a sky-high price, way too many compromises, and a sneaky way of trying to hide them. This is a 4 out of 10 fail right here. What would you label as the wackiest smartphone you've seen this year? For me, it would probably be the LG Wing, the smartphone that looks like a normal phone until you flip it out and what is that? A widescreen horizontal display followed by an almost square panel below.
That's an odd.
It's probably a little early to say that this is a failure, but I can already tell you now, this is not the form factor of the future. Like if this LG Wing becomes the next big thing, I will wear its little wings in a video. Sure, you like seeing that. But the point I'm getting to here is that while the LG Wing does seem revolutionary, and it does have a very cool opening mechanism, this is actually LG repeating themselves. The way I see it, this Wing is actually the spiritual successor to the 2011 LG Double Play. Just chop that keyboard off, and it's the exact same concept. And that was very much a bad phone. It was clunky, kind of cramped, the specs were compromised just to have this dual screen design, and also the dual screen itself was labelled by every media at the time as a gimmick. And the reason I think this is interesting is that a lot of the issues we saw on the old Double Play are kind of mirrored in the new Wing. So the Double Play gets a very respectable 4 out of 10 fail rating. The new Wing.
As challenges in shipping and logistics pile up, brands will need to change their strategies. We'll show you how today.
We'll see. Okay, you might have heard of Marshall. They're an audio company, pretty well known for their headphones and speakers and guitar amps. But in 2015, they had the idea to build a phone. And to be fair, they did build the audio side of things. It had a built-in DAC for lossless music. It had a software equalizer that would instantly work across all music services on the phone. And get this, not one, but 2 headphone jacks. It's just that they made this phone so music-focused that it basically became just like a really good MP3 player. The chipset sucked, it had 2 gigs of RAM. You wouldn't game on this. It had a very poor 8 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front one that it's probably better if we don't talk about. This was the first phone that Marshall ever made, but the reception was so poor that it was also the last phone ever made. So, very respectable, 4 out of 10 fail again for this one. Speaking of reception though, how about a phone with none? In 2012, the world was introduced to the Samsung Galaxy camera, with the tantalizing promise of full Android functionality, plus a full point-and-shoot camera feature set. And it did have impressive specs. Samsung gave this a sensor literally twice the size of its latest Galaxy S3 phone, and no less than 21 times optical zoom. That's still more than double what the absolute best Android phones can do today. Plus, running a camera on Android makes so much sense. You could take a photo, exit the camera app, and send it to someone on Gmail straight away. But the issue this thing had was that it wasn't particularly good at either of these things. As a point-and-shoot camera, it was just average, and as an Android device, well, it couldn't make phone calls. So even though it could do almost everything a phone could do, the fact that it could call means that you still got to keep a separate Android phone with brains, which kind of defeats the purpose. So, 4 out of 10 fail. It's one of those things that sounded really good in its heads, but when it launched, it had 4 essentially. Very sensitive. I'd love to see something like this today. Like the combination of modern-day computational photography with a proper camera-sized image sensor crazy. Got that Samsung for experimenting. Because just a year after that, alongside their Galaxy Note 3 in 2013, Samsung also dropped curved phone
Around.
technology.
Ew.
Now, this is crazy. It's the first phone ever.
What?
The display, but oh wait, no, it's just a Galaxy Note 3, but with a smaller battery, no S Pen, and a price tag 1.5 times higher. It was severely underwhelming. I think the concept has merit. Like, your hands are curved, your face is curved. Why not build a curved phone? But they just didn't do anything. Like, they made this feature called the roll effect, where you could roll the smartphone towards you to check your notifications. But I think for a lot of people, all that's going to do is just remind them how they can't use their phone on a flat surface. So, 4 out of 10 fail again. This once curved concept just didn't work. And funnily enough, just 2 years after this, Samsung started inverting it. Almost every one of their flagships post 2015 curves outwards. Speaking of galaxies, if you're enjoying this video, sub to the channel would be out of this world. Okay, number 8. This is where we start to get so I should start this by saying that Asus now seems to be a very level-headed company. They've really understood the fundamentals of what makes a good phone, and as a result, they've dominated the 2020 leaderboards. But it's been quite a journey to get there. Enter the Pad phone, a smartphone that you can buy with this companion display, and when you want a better experience, you slot the phone in, and that's your tablet. The benefit being that instead of having to have 2 separate devices with 2 separate sets of internals, this uses the processing power inside the phone for both. So they can make a tablet that's effectively just a shell.
I'll deal with that.
It's cheaper. Well, that sounds kind of reasonable, but we've actually seen a lot of phones over the years with this same core concept. This idea of trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They all fail. Why? Well, see, the very nature of creating a product that's trying to be 2 products is that you're always limiting yourself specifically to an audience who's looking for both those products. Like, as a phone, the Pad phone was good, it was solid, but its main standout feature was the fact that it could transform into a tablet. So, if I didn't need a tablet,
Then it'd be useless.
and even if I did need a tablet, this is not the best way of doing it. I'm better off buying a dedicated tablet as opposed to one that's
Same. That's why I have a tablet here.
smartphone hardware. So this was a fail. But to be fair, this was just a one-off product that they tried and then it didn't land. It wouldn't have been so far up this list. What makes it worse, what pushes this to what I'm calling a 5 out of 10 fail, is that it took Asus 3 years and many iterations of this concept with the same core issues again and again before finally realizing that it just wasn't going to stick. Now, you might remember a video I made a while ago on the Vault 1, aka the first smartphone ever to be 3Gs. So, no SIM cards, no cost to all people, unlimited data, available everywhere. How? Well,
Probably stealing your data.
Vault phones, the idea was that it would be used with a Vault router, a bit like a Wi-Fi router, but with the ability to package up data and fire it 2 miles away. This data could only be picked up by Vault phones, which have a specialized receiver. Where this gets really interesting is as well as a receiver, each one also being with a transmitter, which can send that signal further for other people to get online. So, what this company was proposing was...
But when you live up in Illinois, which I live it like 4 miles away from the nearest city, or nearest town. Yeah, that's not legit.
Nothing happened. They've been taking orders since early 2019, they still haven't delivered a single phone. Their website has coming 2020, which is starting to look a little unlikely, and it does make you doubt whether they actually built this phone. This also completely powered by the web. So instead of localized apps that you could download and then go offline, everything could be powered by the internet. They call it Firefox OS. Like even the camera app on these phones was just a web page. It was just a web page that could access the feed from your camera. The benefit of doing this? Well, it's the fact that pretty much every developer already knows how to make internet apps. And once you've made an internet app once, you don't need to reprogram it separately for different platforms, or make different versions for devices of different levels of power. Just build it once, and we're done. It's just that, yes, this was a developer's amazing, but it's just that from a consumer perspective, the benefits weren't as clear. Like, it would have been a pretty niche group of people who were like, do you know the one thing that I want on my phone is a smaller selection of apps that require internet connection to work. So, Firefox OS had a reasonable start, because it's something that the hardcore audience had been dreaming about, but then it very quickly lost momentum, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, until the only life left in Firefox OS was the fact that it powered Panasonic televisions. At this point, you know what? Get in the bin. 6 out of 10 failed. So much promise, and so much money, but it went nowhere. It wasn't all possible though, because from the remnants of Firefox OS rose iOS, and that has been successful. It's an even simpler software, but it's so simple that it's managed to squeeze into a currently uncontested niche. It's not fighting Android or iOS, it's used to provide some smart functionality to $30 phones. You know, sometimes collaborations
I'm gonna go back up here because there's apparently a chest.
so aligned come together every now and again, a miracle is born. This ain't that. We're talking about the Garmin phone. The combined efforts of both races, Garmin, and it is one of the worst phones ever made. And a buzzer already. To make both a smartphone and a sat nav together. And quite a way to
Oh, what?
one of the leaders in navigation. The phone did come bundled with a car charger and a mount to install it. The navigation part of this wasn't the problem. The problem was that navigation is just a small subset of what your smartphone can do anyways. Smartphones are like GPS systems, but ones that can also do 1,000 other things too. And so, trying to make a smartphone based on being a sat-nav is a massive downgrade. I don't think I've ever seen a worse Android phone screen experience, with just massive garish icons and no traditional launcher to make your own. The phone's design suffered with absolutely enormous bezels and no headroom. Plus, Google Maps, available on every phone, was improving way faster, and so it was only a matter of time before the one thing this had going for it, navigation, ended up being a disadvantage. So, easy 6 out of 10 fail. This one's like Hall of Fame territory right here. But you can always do worse. Do you remember a company called Doogee? 3 years ago, they had a bit of a one-hit wonder with a phone called the Doogee Mix. It was basically a rip-off of the Xiaomi Mi Mix, but it somehow managed to offer a semi-bezel-less design for closer to $170, which was pretty impressive. But it's just that from this point, they went from questionable to bad to an absolute sham. They did everything they possibly could to capitalize on the success of just this one phone. They released a Doogee Mix 2, which was clearly meant to be a different phone, and then after seeing how well the Mix did, they just relabeled it. Because you can tell it doesn't even look like a Mix phone. But then, even funnier than that, in 2018, Doogee held a press event to show us what was coming in the future. Oh dear, they showed off a Doogee Mix 3 with a pop-up camera, a Doogee Mix 4, which is almost completely display on the front and used a slider mechanism to hide the camera. They showed a flexible phone, and get this, digital screen. Did a single one of these products actually materialize? No, they didn't, unless by transparent they meant invisible. The only thing that we did get was a prototype of the Doogee Mix 4. But when I say prototype, I don't mean a phone that was almost ready to go. I mean a phone with a paper cutout instead of a display. In hindsight, I don't think Doogee had any intention of releasing these products. I think they just thought, we finally have some media coverage, let's just make the most outrageous claims possible to keep it as long as we can. So, I'm giving Doogee a 7 out of 10 fail. They clearly had something with that first mix, but within a year, Doogee very quickly became dodgy. I would stay clear. Hey, here's a name you haven't heard in a while. Sony Ericsson. This was a collaboration between two companies. Sony, who was largely an entertainment entertainment company at this point, Ericsson, who was one of the bigger phone manufacturers. It was Sony's way of all of a sudden being able to manufacture phones on a large scale, and it was Ericsson's way of gaining access to Sony's Walkman music brand and Cybershot's camera brand, as well as just their design, because, I mean, Ericsson's own phones were stylistically challenged, put it that way. And it did work. You probably remember the Sony Ericsson Walkman phones. They sold numbers, but very quickly, you know this, in 2007, iPhone just flipped the market upside down, and this duo of a company just wasn't agile enough to respond. I think Sony realized at this point that Ericsson was kind of weighing them down with their focus on feature phones as opposed to smartphones. Like, their big attack on the iPhone as a duo ended up being the Sony Ericsson Station, a phone that, yes, had an awesome 12-megapixel camera, but literally nothing else going on. We're talking one of those resistive touchscreen kind of meat.
Crap, too much water.
Aging operating system with no apps called Symbian. Within just a few years, Sony Ericsson was making $250 million in loss in a year. So Sony did eventually buy out Ericsson's 50% share to just become Sony Mobile. But the damage was not done. By this point, they were way behind. So I'm giving Sony Ericsson a prestigious 7 out of 10 fail. It wasn't the end for Sony phones, but it definitely set them off on the wrong trajectory. Okay, now for something that smartphone makers have been doing since the beginning of smartphones. It's deceptive, it's disingenuous. That also makes it really fun when people find out. Faking photos.
Oh boy.
Introducing Avast One, a free all-in-one digital privacy and security service that helps you to feel safe online. Its award-winning antivirus helps guard you from malware and ransomware, and
How many times have you gone onto a phone website, looked at the camera section and thought, wow, you took that on a phone? No, they didn't. I think pretty much every manufacturer has done this at some point. Basically just layered a photo taken on a DSLR camera onto their phone screen. And they won't usually specifically say, oh, this was taken on a phone. They just know that's what people are going to think. It's a bit like if I sold you a car online, but then instead of sending you the actual car, I just send you, well, this. Oh, you thought the photo on the website was the thing I was sending you? Yes. Thanks for $30,000. But there's even been a lot more explicit cases. Like earlier this year, Huawei was promoting a bunch of photos taken on Huawei phones. But someone watching it noticed that, wait a second, that shot looks a bit familiar. Oh, wait, yeah, it was taken by a professional photographer on a $3,000 DSLR. Huawei is probably the biggest culprit of this. A couple of years ago, they even had a full advert for their Nova 3 phone, where you can clearly see this guy reaching out to the phone to take a selfie. The entire commercial is about how good the camera of the phone is. Not a single photo taken in that commercial was taken on this phone. And it's very obvious. Like, if you're going to cheat, at least do it subtly. Or probably my favorite example is Samsung. Back in 2018, they launched a phone called the Galaxy A Star. And it was so proud of its phone's ability to capture photos.
God, I hate when companies do this.
Didn't show it. Honestly, and its finest. What they actually did was pay this lady $250 for a commercial license to use her photo, taken on a DSLR. But there's more. They then chopped her out of that photo and put her on a different background, also not taken on the phone. And then, to top the entire thing off, to showcase how good their portrait mode was, they pulled open a photo editor, selected this new background that they'd just thrown in behind, and uploaded it. And they didn't think to just once put a little disclaimer saying, hey, by the way guys, this photo wasn't taken on this phone, as if it was just obvious. I'm moving this on.
And then minor.
7 out of 10 rating. Kind of made even better by the fact that the girl who was in the photo actually realized what had happened and publicly outed Samsung for it. Okay, it's time for number 1. And just as a heads up, if your favourite fail isn't on this list, that's probably because there's 4 other episodes in this Awful Fail series. So do check them out, they're very fun. I'll leave the links below. So, in first place is a company.
Mining shirt!
This is huge. So you've probably heard of Qualcomm. They're the #1 supplier of chips for our phones. But they're not the only supplier of chips. In second place is MediaTek, and they've been caught cheating. So it all started started when a reviewer noticed that some mid-range phone powered by a MediaTek chipset was performing surprisingly well on benchmarks. They realized that its gaming performance and its app performance was right here, but as soon as you open a benchmark, it was all the way up here. So, was this MediaTek just trying to make their chips seem more powerful than they were? Well, yeah. This reviewer then dug a little further into the firmware of the phone, and he found a piece of code in it that had been distributed by MediaTek, which made these phones running MediaTek chips able to detect that a benchmark was running and dial up their performance to the absolute extreme. Now, MediaTek defended this. They said, right, this is standard practice. Everyone has high performance modes. The difference is, this wasn't a normal high performance mode that would enable a demanding application. This was an extreme performance mode that would disable warnings against high temperatures. This chip was being pushed so hard that it couldn't possibly be sustained for any period of time. So it wasn't representative of the performance you could get in apps. Plus, unlike normal high performance modes, which would just detect when the load is high and turn on, the code for this extreme performance mode that the reviewer discovered, they called it sports mode. It specifically had the names of the benchmarking apps. So it was built with the purpose of cheating. So then, I thought this was quite clever. The reviewer then tested the phone on an altered version of one of the benchmarks. He changed the code of the benchmark slightly such that the phone wouldn't realize it was a benchmark. And sure enough, straight away, the performance was 30% lower. This is bad. This is as bad as cheating on emissions tests on cars. You've got to remember that MediaTek is so popular that there's a good chance the phone that you're using has a MediaTek chip. So, I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. This isn't to say
I agree, that's the...
MediaTek chips, and it's not to say you should never buy a phone with a MediaTek chip. It's definitely yet another reason to take benchmarks with a heavy pinch of salt. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, do consider subscribing. It's been absolutely ages.
God.
I'm Sarah, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you in a minute.
Yes, more smartphone fails. This is actually fun to watch. I like this. Okay, what makes them think I'm in the market for like for diapers? I don't have any.
14 smartphone fails, starting off pretty bad, but ending up in some absolute disasters. So, first up is the Palm phone, which looks suspiciously like an iPhone 10. For babies, they're setting this as a companion phone, minimalist. The idea being that you leave your main phone.
Oh, that's cute.
Little thing with you when you're out and about. And I kind of like this concept of something that keeps you connected without being distracting. But this ain't actually. Aside from the fact that it's almost invalidated by the existence of a smartwatch, it just feels like there's an inherent contradiction here. Because surely, as a minimalist, the last thing I want is to split all my stuff between two different phones. Plus, it's being targeted as a way to get away from distractions. But it's still a full Android phone. You can't do everything. It's just bad. Poor camera, tiny screen, slow processing, and battery life. So I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 10 fail rating. The consequences aren't major, but it's a flawed concept, and as a result, it's kind of disappeared off the radar. In 13th place, we have the myth, the legend, the Escobar Golden.
Oh, I've heard about this. This is it's not actual gold. This is like controversial.
They were going to sell a gold-plated iPhone 11 Pro for $499, and without delving into the details of it, they weren't. It's a scam. A scam that we debunked within 4 days of it being launched, after which it very quickly disappeared from their website. So, 3 out of 10 fail, considering that the entire launch was stopped in its tracks. Now, jumping back a few years, the LG Optimus 3D is one of those devices where you have to say, fair play, you tried. On very first glance, apart from the fact that it was a thick boy phone, you might not even notice something was amiss, but this was a 3D phone. It really appealed to the idea. It had a 3D display, 3D applications, and a dual 3D cameras on the back. And this was a fun phone. Like, going around 3D photos and even 3D videos was an incredible novelty all these years ago. But there were just too many limitations. The second you entered 3D mode, the resolution of the screen would half to get the 3D to work, to look at it from a really specific angle. And I guess more important than any of that, there wasn't really much 3D content available. This phone was almost banking on 3D becoming the next big thing, on being able to tap into a flourishing ecosystem of 3D content. And to be fair, had 3D taken off, this phone might well have been a huge hit. But as we quickly discovered from how well the 3D TV revolution went down, people didn't really care. So I'm also giving this one a 3 out of 10 fail. Second in part because I don't think it was a particularly dumb decision. LG took a gamble, it just so happened that it took a gamble on the wrong thing. Alright, It's not a smartphone, but it's something that Xiaomi has been doing with their smartphones that I think is a bit shady. So, in a lot of markets, like India, the competition is furious. Companies just keep releasing device after device, fighting to ever so slightly outspec each other, ever so slightly undercut each other. So with that in mind, Xiaomi decided to start making ads into their new UI software solutions. The idea being that it gives them another source of revenue, so that they can price their devices cheaper. And to be honest, I don't have a problem with ads. It's how a lot of services are run. It's really how YouTube is run. It's just the fact that Xiaomi didn't tell people about it that's bad. My friend C4E10 made a full video showing how many these devices were loaded with. And it's crazy. Literally, full screen ads came out of nowhere. There were ads baked into a lot of the core pre-installed apps, even the calendar and the phone cleaner. And every time you install a new app, sure enough, it says ads. Probably the worst part of the whole thing is that there was absolutely zero quality control. It's as if Xiaomi just didn't care at all. Some of these ads were trying to sign you up for fake scam lottery sites, and others were just straight up vulgar. So Xiaomi faced a lot of backlash after this, with a lot of people just boycotting the brand entirely. And while they have now somewhat come back on this, the damage has been done. So, more on this one. And actually also, I'd be curious to know what your stance is on having ads baked into software.
Why would you have this ads like that?
A smartphone with a 360-degree wraparound display, and I really do commend projects like this. Stuff like this keeps things exciting. I'm all for it. It's just a shame that with this launch, the one thing that Xiaomi couldn't wrap their heads around was how to execute it. The logistics were all over the place. I got an email actually back in December 2019 asking if I wanted to get hands on with the phone. I was so grateful for the opportunity. But that early hands-on was delayed so many times that it didn't actually happen until the end of February 2020. The phone was also meant to enter small-scale production in December, but it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back indefinitely, and it's not meant to work now. It would get crushed by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. The other side of the veil was the fact that this is a completely new type of phone, and when you're introducing a new product category like this, your job is to make it clear to people why they would want it. The phone does have really cool potential pieces, and I talked about them in my Day in the Life video, which I'm going to put somewhere up here, but Xiaomi failed to communicate them. They talked about how in theory you could run a whole load of ads on the back of your phone, but that's completely pointless when you can just swipe left on your home screen for the same result. They showcased this crazy looking 360-degree battery charging animation, but let's be real, having this entire display lit up while you're charging is just going to slow your charging down. It's super counterintuitive, so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. Because naturally a fail like this, whilst it's not disastrous, it does somewhat damage Xiaomi's reputation as a company that delivers. It means that next time they announce to the world that we've got something crazy, people are less likely to get excited about it. Okay, fail number 9 comes from the lovely folks over at OnePlus. In an effort to build a new, exciting feature for their flagship 8 Pro, they integrated something called a color filter camera. And it was pretty weird. It took the photos from it with low resolution, strange inverted colors, but it could do one thing that was kind of amazing. It could see through stuff. You could pick up a TV remote and see the batteries and the entire circuit board inside of it. But the reaction to this feature turned sour pretty quickly when people realized that you can actually see through some items of clothing. Slight privacy concern. So OnePlus very quickly moved to the feature in some regions and released it in others so that you couldn't see through stuff. But as well as disabling the best part of it, this fix massively toned down the effects of the already fairly useless kind of filter camera. So I'm getting this one a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I think OnePlus handled it well, but at the same time, nearly giving millions of people X-ray like vision seems like a PR nightmare. But speaking of useless cameras, it's time to talk about the 2-megapixel phone. Because of how cool it's become to say, oh, look at our phone, we've got a quad camera setup, for the more affordable phones which can't actually fit in for high-end lenses, companies in 2020 have often just resorted to filling their camera setups with fairly useless cameras. Depth cameras, monochrome cameras, and the worst offender, the 2-megapixel macro. And as MKBHD said,
Often the photos from the macro camera are actually worse than if you just use the main camera and get as close as you can and then crop in.
but the worst part of the whole thing is that the companies putting these lenses onto their phones must know that. So this is almost as bad as grabbing your phone, getting a permanent marker, and just drawing a bunch of fake lenses on the back. Because they know these macro cameras are completely useless. You can get great macro cameras, but if you see one with a 2-megapixel resolution, that won't be one. So 5 out of 10 fail rating. Because of A, how surprisingly prevalent this is, phone with a built-in projector. And you can see where this is cool. It's kind of like how modern phones can cast their screens onto a nearby TV without needing to do it anywhere, on any surface. The problem is that having a projector built into your phone is very much a pro feature, something that enthusiasts would be willing to pay more for. But no pro is going to want a phone that's had to have every other component inside of it sacrificed because of this projector. The Beam was spec'd like a phone that was already 2 to 3 years old on release, so understandably, no one bought one. 5 out of 10 failed.
Oof.
Quite a big miscalculation from a company like Samsung.
That's the problem with like specific purpose phones.
People think that Samsung were the first to make a phablet with their Galaxy Note, supposedly the first smartphone that's a huge jump in size above the rest. But I would argue that Dell beat them to it. The Dell Streak 5 was a 5-inch tablet phone, which obviously sounds ridiculous. 5 inches on a phone today seems micro, but this was 2010, when most phones were closer to 3.5 inches. And this was genuinely like the Galaxy S20 Ultra of 2010. The spec sheet was monstrous. The Dell Streak 5 was genuinely as and I'd say there's 2 reasons. One, that being this big back in 2010 naturally made it a niche product. And 2, that frankly, Dell tried to be a software company. They built a software skin just for their Streak devices to try and take advantage of these massive displays, but honestly, it just made everything fiddly and pretty ugly. A lot of the icons were tiny little things that were hard to click, and they didn't even leave spare room to show the time when holding the phone in the pocket. Also, it was running on Android 1.6 when it came out, which was major Android versions of the thing this time. It's a bit like a brand new Android phone coming out today, running Android 8.0. Except, it was worse back then, because each new Android version brought massive changes. Running on version 1.6, you didn't have access to the Facebook app, you didn't have any flash support.
Where's the chest?
Crucial things like multi-touch support weren't available. The Streak was the beginning of the end for Dell smartphones, which is a massive shame. It would have been so cool to see what Dell had done in today's market. So, again, 5 out of 10. Okay, now
I feel like the chest is like somewhere down here. And dead. I'm gonna tell. So I'm just gonna leave. Tomorrow I'll probably see if I can do my country. I'm getting a little bit upset that I've not been